All right, buddy. Here we are, another week of camera talk. You know where we're going? What's our favorite island? Is it Japan?
Pan.
Japan?
Pan.
Pan. Call it Pan. All right, Pan works. That's right. We're going back to Japan.
One ticket to Tokyo, please.
Because this week we're looking at another classic, another vintage classic, excellent lens, made by a company called Tamron. It's my only Tamron lens, but it's one of my best lenses. This is the Tamron AdaptAll 90mm 2.5. Is it any good? Right, yeah, it's really good. So that's what we're going to look at this week, not only the lens, but the history of where it came from. So grab yourself something to eat or drink, get yourself comfortable.
Action!
And let's get it on.
Here I am, Vietnam. Rain is always coming down.
This is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott and Dylan. That's right, Dylan and I, back for another week of Camera Talk, another episode. Just as the intro says, what are we talking about this week? We're talking about Tamron. It's my only Tamron lens. Tamron makes quite a few decent lenses out there, but for some reason I only have one. But if it was my choice to pick only one, this would be the one that I would pick. Why is that? Because it is an excellent lens. It's a great kind of do-it-all lens for a 90mm. And for a 2.5 too. I mean, obviously it's not a 1.2 or 1.4 or a 1.8 even. 2.5. So it's not the fastest, but not the slowest either. So, but we'll find out a little bit more about it as we cruise through our episode here. So anyhow, you know, where did this all begin? I'll shift you off to the side here. Do you know where it all began? Way back in time, when that first fish made his way out of the ocean on the land.
From the naked dawn of man.
Oh, perhaps not that long ago, huh? Well, let's look at 1950. That's before Daddy's time, so that's a long time ago. So 1950. There was a gentleman in Japan, and of course you know my Japanese accent isn't the greatest in the world, so I'm just going to take a stab at it. But a gentleman named Uhuyue Tamura.
A stereotypical, over-the-top rendition of the Japanese accent.
Uhuyue Tamura. Tamura. There we go. It's better when you get that in there. Yay! So I'm sure I butchered the shit out of his first name, but hey, oh well. You can call me Dr. Snot. Butcher my name too. But anyhow, this gentleman created a company called Taisei. Taisei. Don't know if I even say that right. Damn these Japanese names, huh? Taisei Optical, back in 1950. And obviously creating lenses and whatnot and so forth and so on. And as time went on, I guess there was enough people who struggled with the name as much as I did. And in 1970, they converted it to Tamron. Made it easy for us linguistically challenged people, I would say.
I don't care.
You should hear me try to speak Vietnamese stuff. Everybody in Vietnam, when I try to say something to them in Vietnamese, they always... The shaky hand thing always means, I don't know. So anyway, Tamron, 1970. And, you know, all throughout, you know, the 70s, 80s, 90s, the 2000s, you know, they've been producing lenses. And Sony bought 12% of the company. Obviously, they saw some potential in it. Thus, the large amount of E-mount lenses available from Tamron. Kind of do the math, and kind of tells you a little bit about that, huh? But anyhow, back in 1979,
Shakedown 1979.
like going into ninth grade, just getting into high school in Canada. 1979, they created a way to use a single lens, but instead of manufacturing all these different mounts onto individual lenses and then having to stockpile all these various mounts, they created what they called an AdaptAll. And the AdaptAll is basically an adapter that you adapt to the original lens, and then the mount at the bottom of that adapter allows it to adapt to various camera systems out there. Everything in Nikon, Canon, Pentax, Fuji, Olympus, Leica, Konica, Ricoh, Minolta, and on and on and on. And that was a pretty cool idea at the time. And I know if I were a photographer back in 1979, to which I was not, my photography existed pretty much in the realm of going to the local drugstore and buying one of those little box Kodak cardboard things. Takes 20 pictures or 30 pictures and send the box in, they develop them for you, and away you go. That was my photography as a teeny bopper. But if I were obviously a little more advanced photographer, I probably would like this idea, because now I use a mirrorless camera and use all kinds of the same name brands that I just told you about. I know that list is exhausting, isn't it? And I adapt to all of them, to my Sony, or to my Leica, or to my Canon. And that's the beauty of the mirrorless thing these days. But anyway, Tamron had a head start on everybody with this idea of adapting, and they just called it the AdaptAll. And the AdaptAll 2 is what this one has here. Now again, this lens is very cool as far as I'm concerned as a vintage lens. They produced two versions of this. That's right, two versions, not virgins.
Shit.
Two versions, and the first one, which is what I have here, it's the all metal all the time construction, and it's model 52B, a single B. What the B stands for, I have no idea. B for bodacious. And it is all metal. 1979 to 1987, they created this version. Now the next rendition after that, which has the same optical formula and everything, but now it's in a plastic body, was the 52BB. So it's a double B. Beautifully bodacious. We'll go with BB. Anyway, it's all plastic. They created that from 1988 to 1996, and that kind of ended that run, and then they produced other stuff after that. But anyway, those are the two different versions of this thing. Now, speaking of the optical formula, it is produced with an 8-element in 6-group setup. It has a close focus of 39 centimeters, which is pretty decent. You can get you about here. Not bad, especially for a 90 millimeter. And it is considered a macro lens. And at the macro setting, up close, you can get a one-for-one rendition. Yeah? So, no, those don't come off, buddy. They're on there forever, unless you cut them off. We could talk about that later. But anyway, it's close focus, 39 centimeters. It has 8 curved aperture blades. You know what happens when you have curved aperture blades? Huh? You end up with round bokeh balls, right? Do you like your balls round? Yeah.
Say, everybody haven't seen my balls.
No other way to have a ball unless it's round, yeah? Well, unless it's a football or rugby ball or something, then yeah, that's different. But anyhow, so 8 rounded aperture blades means as you're stopping down, those bokeh balls in the background retain their roundness, and it's not exactly light. You know, it's a tank. Again, it's all metal. 510 grams. So it's one of these lenses that, hey, if you're in San Francisco area trying to take pictures of the Golden Gate or whatever, and some hooligans try to mug you for your gear, just nail him in the head with this thing. Poof, take him out. Yeah, it's like a brick. So anyhow, that's the physical makeup of these things. It has a ribbed focus ring, and it's quite large focus ring. It also the same with its aperture ring, and it's clicked, as you can hear. Clicked aperture ring, yeah. Goes from 2.5 out to f32. What else can I tell you? Well, again, it's got the Tamron to Nikon AdaptAll, and I have a Nikon to NEX adapter from K&F Concept. So a double adapter, just I think my last video had a double adapter on that Zeiss lens we looked at. But anyway, it's very smooth. You know, focusing turn. You know, the end of the barrel does not turn as well. It's all just straight up and down from here. But it's all metal. I mean, it's a hefty beast. So you may not be wanting to lug this around with you all day. Yeah, there's nothing to see through, but I don't have it turned on yet. Anyhow, it's super sharp. It's one of the things that the reputation this lens has. Super sharp. The bokeh is excellent in the background, nice and smooth.
Rich, smooth, buttery bokeh.
You know, nothing to, you don't be kissing the back. Oh, like you fogged up with your breath. Easy, Mr. Fogger. What else? You're throwing me off my game here. It's got, you know, again, it's got macro capabilities, so you can get in nice and close with it for a 90. Very nice. The only thing that it has a reputation for, as far as anything negative may be, is its rear element is flat. You know, flat as a piece of paper. And due to that, under certain circumstances, if the light catches it in the right angle, it can reflect off the sensor back onto the rear element again, and it creates a purple dot in your photo. Ew! Hasn't happened to me in all the times I've been using it, but I have a sample of that happening to somebody else here. And hey, if that happens, you can always use your photo editing software, which I always recommend people do. And we'll talk about that a little later. But you can always edit that little dot out of there. But anyhow, so that's the lens. That's the story behind it, and the physical aspects of it, and so forth and so on. Now, to show you some real world examples, which everybody always likes to see, right? Yeah, real world examples. Now, if you see any purple dots on this video, and it's because of one of my students in university made this Dr. Scott neon sign for me, and it puts a purplish glow around the room. So I just see it when I look in Dylan's eyes, and I see a purplish haze. Purple haze. You know Jimi Hendrix? Yeah, baby.
You just ate the most acid I've ever seen anybody eat in my life.
No, it doesn't ring a bell, huh? But anyhow, I always get you a shot of the Canon M50, which I use to video these I use to record these videos. And what I do is I try to get in as sharp as I can on the writing on the end of the lens, the 15 to 45 EFM lens, and try to focus in on the writing on the end of the lens to see how sharp I can get it from here. And other than that, I get you some shots of this guy, which we took some pictures just before we started the video. Yeah, it's always better to get it before than after, because you never know, his mood may change at any moment. Right, Mr. 3-year-old? You heard of the Terrible Twos? I don't know if the threes are any better. Kind of bleed over into the terrible threes. So anyway, so you wanted me to hurry up and get that? So we took some pictures of Dylan earlier, and hold on, let me change my steady shot from 50 as we took some pictures of mommy yesterday for headshots for her resume. Other than that, all right, so here's my pinch tabs on these things. All right, mister. So, let me get it as tight as I can in there. That looks good right about there, huh? Wide open. 1, 2, 3. Let me do 5.6. Just to show you what that looks like. Was there any focus shift? No. Whoa. Let me go back a little. Yeah, right about there. 1, 2, 3. Ha. You find that ha-ha as in funny, or ha-ha as in, what are you ha-haing about? Huh? 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 Ha-ha is ha? All right. So that was at 2.5 and 5.6. How about some shots of Dylan? Shall we show them shots of Dylan? Okay, here's Dylan at 2.5. So how do you think you look there? Look super handsome? Studly man. You know what studly means? No? Haven't got that vocabulary at preschool yet? It's all right. Daddy will teach you some special words later. How about Dylan at 5.6? Ha! Ha! That's right. Dylan at 5.6. Do you look better there? Yeah, with your tongue out? What are you, Gene Simmons? Huh? Ah! Destroyer! I know, Daddy's weird. Okay. All right, don't be spitting on yourself now. Stop that. You're really throwing me off here. Random stuff, that's right. We always throw in some random photos, just so everything isn't always all about Dylan. Dylan, 100% Dylan all the time. Right? Right? All about Dylan.
I'm a fucking artist. I'm sensitive as shit.
So, so random stuff, or random crap as this guy calls it. So it could be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So you ready? Here's some random stuff at F whatever.
Ha!
All right. And what'd you think of those ones? Looking good? All right. So I think that was pretty much it about the lens. Can we recommend it? You gonna recommend that lens? No? What do you recommend they buy instead? What do you think is the next best 90 we have? How about that Summicron R Leica? Also a very nice line. Very nice 90. I used to do that to my dog all the time when he'd stick his tongue out.
Get the fuck out of here.
So, anyway, I recommend it, whether he knows it or not. He doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. So yeah, it's a recommended lens. How about we give our little plug then for our photo editing software that we use? And what do you use?
Yes.
Do you use anything? Anything at all? Bart Simpson? Do you use anything? No, you don't use anything. Daddy uses it all. And what do I use? I use Luminar. Luminar AI and Luminar Neo. That's right. And Luminar Neo is a mix of AI and Luminar 4. I don't even know if you could buy Luminar AI anymore, but I have it loaded on. Because that's the thing, once you own it, it's yours for life, so it's not like it goes away or anything. But anyway, AI. You've heard AI in the news a lot lately, right? Well, what do you think AI means? Do you know AI? EI? No, AI. You're thinking EI-E-I-O. No, AI. You know what AI is? Yeah, you're gonna tell us?
Tell us?
You're gonna copy everything I'm saying? So, let us know. Ready? I'll give you 3. 1, 2, 3.
No!
No, it's not that silly. It's artificial intelligence. Intelligence. And what is our artificial intelligence good for? Now, besides deciding things for you or controlling you.
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
You've heard of Skynet. That's right. You don't want Arnold Schwarzenegger showing up at your door, do you?
Hasta la vista, baby.
So anyhow, Luminar. It's full of all kinds of great AI. Dust and spot removal. Power line removal. Power line removal. Okay, powder goo. Close enough. Background removal. And so on and so forth. Portrait AI, there's a bunch of stuff in there. Dylan AI. Do you have Dylan AI? You wish. Yeah, you wish. Or maybe Daddy wishes. I'm not sure which way that goes. But anyhow, all this artificial intelligence can help speed up your photo editing. And it's, again, another reason to get it is because it's very economical. It's only $90. So $90, and it's yours for life. You download it and you put it on your computer, and away you go. It's yours. It's no yearly subscriptions or anything else like some of the other big players out there. What else can we say about it? Well, the other reason to get a copy too is to support the company who produces it, and the name of their company, Skylum, no relation to Skynet, Skylum. And where are they located? What country? You know? Ukraine.
Okay.
Ah, Ukraine. We all know what's going on in Ukraine, right? Vlad the Bad Man doing his thing over there. So here's this company producing this software and doing updates monthly and whatnot, which are all free, by the way. And you know, again, they got bombs dropping on them and whatnot. So it's you know, not an easy situation for them back home. So it's great to support them as well. So very economical. If you want a discount, click on the link in the description below, and it'll take you to Luminar. And if you purchase the software through that link, you'll save $10. So it becomes $80 instead of $90. So hey, why not save 10, right? And what do they do with that money? What do they do with that $10? Well, they give it to us. Why do they give it to us? Because we help to try and get everybody to buy their product, right? So what do they call that on the industry market? They call that kickback. Yeah, kickback. And what are you going to do with your $10? If we get $10, what are you going to do with it? You going to save it up? You going to put it in the bank? Someday you're going to have how much money? $1 million. That's right.
$1 million.
If you're lucky, you'll have $1 million. Stop putting your hand up in front of my face. Get over there. So, you'll have your $1 million. I'll have my $1 million. We'll all be millionaires. Maybe not right off the bat, but if we get enough people to buy, maybe we'll have $20, $30. I can take you out for a sushi lunch sometime. But anyhow, do yourself a favor. It is an excellent piece of software. It plays well with Lightroom and Capture One and all these others as plugins. Or you can use it on your own. I use it as a standalone. That's how well all the little slideshow you see behind me here, all done with Luminar. And other than that, can we get everybody to support us? You think so? And how do we do that?
Oh, yes.
And we're not talking financial support. We're talking just all the love they can give us, right? How about you subscribe? You want to do one? Subscribe. How about two hands? Subscribe. That's right. Subscribe. You almost got that word out. And besides subscribers, what else does YouTube like? Besides your armpit. What else does YouTube like? The thumbs up, yeah. They like the thumbs up. And if you give us a thumbs up, we can give you a taste of the Thumbs Up Girls. Have you heard of them? Let's give them a show. Thumbs up. Do 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 do. Thumbs up. Yeah, aren't they cute, huh? Yeah, aren't they cute? Oh, come here, late. Put over here. So, Dylan's got the hots for the Thumbs Up Girls. And there's good reason to do so. And so, besides thumbs up and besides subscribers, why else should they come back?
And now for something completely different.
You belong here.
Huh?
You belong here. And where do they belong? Where do they belong? The name of this show is Camera Talk with Dr. Scott. and Dylan. That's right. Dr. Scott and Dylan. So we do one of these. No, don't say thank you yet. We do one of these every Friday. Now it's Friday Vietnam time. So that could be the day before us, the day before you, or the day after us, which is the next day for you. That's a weird time warp, isn't it? So anyhow, it's a Friday. So other than that, hey, thank you for dropping by. Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for buying a copy of Luminar through our link. Thank you for supporting Dylan and all his weird craziness. Thank you for just being you. All right, good boy. So, what do you think? Think that's about it? Have we said everything we needed to say? Oh, we didn't talk about us. Who are we? Well, who are you? Are you Dylan? And I'm Dr. Scott.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
And together we are all Modesty Photography. That's right. We talk about tips and tricks about photography, vintage lenses, camera systems, blah, 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 blah. Anything about photography you want to talk about, we talk about. Of course, he'd rather talk about cookies and the thumbs up girls, and virgins. But anyhow, all about photography. So, thanks for dropping by. We'll see you next week. So come on back and have a great week. All right, ready to say goodbye?
Bye.
All right, 1, 2, 3, bye-bye.